Shalom, greetings, brothers and sisters, and once again, this is Brother Brandon Judah Death. Most of y'all know me as your boy, Judah Israel. We bringing you another edition concerning Solid Foundation International Ministries. All right, this lesson gonna be concerning the memorial of blowing trumpets, also the new moon that just passed. And we will get a little bit into the Day of Atonement concerning this foundation. Double honor to the elders and the apostles. Salutation to the archangel that's preaching this truth in sincerity. And all praises and glorification to Yahweh by Hashem and Mashiach Yahweh Shai, who the world called God and Jesus Christ. Alright? So, let's get into this lesson. What you see before you right here, brothers and sisters, is moonconnection.com. That's moonconnection.com. Alright? We're going to scroll on down. And this is September 2016. September 2016, which is this month. Now, concerning Thursday, we know Thursday just passed. Thursday was a new moon, which was a new month, and also Thursday was the memorial of blowing trumpets. Brothers and sisters, you Hebrew brothers and sisters, supposed to carry out the new moon and the memorial of blowing trumpets on Thursday, which just passed, which was actually September 1st. It was Thursday. So August 31st, which was Wednesday night, made a new day for August 31st, which was actually September 1st. Okay, because once the sun down, it brings into a new day, brings a new day in. So September 1st was new moon, which is a new month, which also is the Sabbath, was a new moon Sabbath. Thursday, and also, like I said, it was the memorial of blowing trumpets. So Thursday was the new moon, and for this month, dealing with September 2016, all your Sabbaths, because the new moon was a high Sabbath, new moon Sabbath, all your Sabbaths would be on a Thursday for September 2016. So this upcoming Sabbath will be on the 8th, the next Sabbath will be on the 15th, so forth, 22nd and 29th. Now, however, we know also in September 2016, we have the Day of Atonement coming up, which is on the 10th day of this month. So September 2016, September 10th, which is coming Saturday, would be the Day of Atonement. Actually, Friday night will make a Saturday until next sundown. So Friday night will make September 10th, which is a Saturday, and that would be the Day of Atonement. We're going to get you some scriptures on that as well. Let's go back to Google. I'm going to type in memorial of blowing trumpets, memorial of trumpets. Alright, all this is live, nothing planned out, nothing set up. Memorial of trumpets. Type in Leviticus 23 and they'll know what I'm talking about. Leviticus 23 and 24. Alright, we're going to look at it in the King James Bible. Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, the 7th month and the first day of the month shall you have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing trumpets and a holy convocation. So the children of Israel are supposed to carry this memorial out, this holy convocation out. Who are the children of Israel? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You're supposed to carry this out, which is the memorial of blowing trumpets. Alright? And when is this carried out? The 7th month. So when is the 7th month? We're going to put up the months of the year, because the first month of the year is not January. Alright? January is the 11th month of the year, not the first month of the year. March is the first month of the year. In the Bible, it's known as a Abib, which means the ear of corn, and it's Abib means the ear of corn. And we know that corn sprouts around March and early April. So that's the first month of the year, March, not January. That's why they say April Fool. They call you a fool for believing that January is the first month of the year. All right? So that actually is the first month of the year. So you will start from March. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. September is the seventh month of the year. September comes from Septimius, which was a black Jew who nearly single-handedly conquered the Roman Empire with the help of Arsenius Niger as a man. So Septimius, being a black man that conquered the Roman Empire in the year 193 AD, Septimius, this month was named after him, which is September, which means 7. All right? So when you go back to Leviticus 23 and 24, it says, speaking to the children of Israel, saying the seventh month is September. And it says on the first day, which is September, which was Thursday, which was the first for September, the Thursday, 2016. That's when you're supposed to carry out that new Moon Sabbath, and you're supposed to carry out the memorial of blowing trumpets concerning the seventh month and the first day of the month. You should have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing trumpets. This also proves that the new moon, the Sabbath is determined by the new moon. Because a lot of the Israelites say the Sabbath is every Saturday. This also proves that the Sabbath is determined by the new moon. Because that fell right on the new moon, September 16, Thursday. All right, brothers and sisters, we're going to get you more concerning the memorial of blowing trumpets. Okay? And we'll also talk about the Day of Atonement. So we're back, brothers and sisters, and once again, this is part 2 concerning the new Moon Sabbath, which fell on the Thursday, September 1st, and also the memorial of blowing trumpets that you should have carried out also September 1st, 2016, which was a Thursday. Right? Now, we read in the King James Bible, speaking to the children of Israel, saying in the seventh month. The seventh month is September. We went over that already. And the first day of the month, the first day of September, was Thursday. We went over that already. It says that you shall have a Sabbath. Thursday, September 1st, was New Moon Sabbath, new month, also a Sabbath day, and also a holy day, which was the memorial of blowing trumpets. So it was 3 events that fell on September 1st, which was Thursday. A new moon, new month, Sabbath day, which is a high Sabbath, new moon Sabbath, and a memorial of blowing trumpets. 3 events that fell on that 7th month, September, and the first day of that month. You shall have a Sabbath, okay, a memorial of blowing trumpets, and a holy convocation. That's Leviticus 23 and 24. We'll look at the 25th verse. Okay, we're going to continue on with Leviticus 23 and 25, King James Bible. It says, ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. We don't offer up offerings no longer because Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he died for the elect of the nation of Israel, and he became the ultimate sacrifice. He became the sacrificial lamb, so we don't do any animalistic sacrifices. But however, we substitute these offerings made by fire by bringing a certain dish, or somebody might want to partake in bringing a dish to the gathering. And you can do that, brothers and sisters. This is Leviticus 23 and 25. You shall do no servile work therein. On that day, no work supposed to be done. What day? September 2016, Thursday, which was the first. You're supposed to not do any work on that day. But if you did work on that day, we just pray for a grace period. If it was inevitable, then we understand it. But if you had time to spare, you should do no work. therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire to the Lord. We went over that already. Let's go to Leviticus 23 and 26 concerning this feast day. Alright, concerning the memorial blowing trumpets. Leviticus 23 and 26. We're going to look at the King James Bible. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Leviticus 23 and 26. Okay, let's continue on. He spoken to Moses, saying, Leviticus 23 and 27. King James. Also on the 10th day. The 10th day of this 7th month. There shall be a day of atonement. When is the 10th day? On September 2016. I'm going to move it. Okay, I'm going to move it over a little bit. If you can see it, I'm trying to move it over. Alright, September 2016 on that 10th day, which is the upcoming Saturday. That's coming up, brothers and sisters. That's not right yet, but it's coming up. Alright, so when you go back in Leviticus 23 and 27, King James Bible, it say, on the 10th day of this 7th month, which is September, there shall be a day of atonement. Okay, it shall be a holy convocation unto you, ye shall afflict your souls. Let me move this webcam out the way right quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see in Leviticus 23 and 27, dealing with the King James Version, alright? The 10th day of the 7th month. The 10th day of the 7th month. The Day of Atonement. That's a holy day. On that day, what you do is you go without liquid intake, and you also go without food intake. It's like you supposed to fast for an entire day. No liquid intake or food. You're supposed to afflict your souls, okay? You're supposed to afflict your souls. Alright, this is known as the Day of Atonement. We'll show you that in Leviticus 23 and 28. Let's keep it moving. King James Bible. And you shall do no work in that same day. This is the Day of Atonement, to make atonement for you before the Lord your God. So you're supposed to, on that day, you're supposed to lay it all out, man. You're supposed to pour out your heart, tell the Most High how sorry you are, the sins that you have committed. The Day of Atonement is a good day for you brothers and sisters to atone for your sins and just to pour out your heart and ask for forgiveness. And that's just a good day of fasting, man. A whole entire day with no liquid intake or food. A day of atonement, to atone, to make an atonement for your sins, okay? To afflict your souls, to experience the suffering that Yahweh had to go through, man. Alright? The Day of Atonement, Leviticus 23 and 29. Alright? Leviticus 23 and 29, King James Version. But whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among the people. So all you Hebrew Israelites, you're supposed to be partakers in the Day of Atonement. If you chose not to be partakers in this event, then the Bible tells you that you're going to be cut off, man. Death going to come upon you. And I don't know when that's going to happen, but eventually death will come upon you and destroy you for not keeping the Most High laws, statutes, and commandments, and you don't want to be part of that. So that's what we got popping for September 16th. That's what we got popping for September 16th. Okay, on the 10th, this upcoming Saturday is the Day of Atonement, September 2016. Thursday was the New Moon Sabbath. Thursday also was the memorial blowing trumpets. Okay. So, what about the memorial blowing trumpets? What is the memorial blowing trumpets all about? Which fell on the Thursday, September 1st, that you brothers and sisters, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are supposed to kill. The Day of Atonement is on the 10th. Let's not forget that, coming up Saturday. But the Day of Memorial Trumpet is gone already. The Memorial Trumpets was just about how significant a trumpet can be. how significant a trumpet can be. It tells you that in the Bible, a trumpet was very significant. Now, it's not talking about a band trumpet, a modern day trumpet that they play in the band. It's actually speaking of a shofar. What is a shofar? Shofar is a ram's horn, okay, that's made out of an instrument. As you can see right here, a shofar. Now, the definition shofar is right here, okay. Right there it says a shofar is an ancient musical horn made of a ram's horn, used for Jews' religious purposes. Because I don't like to say Jewish, because we're not Jewish. We are the real Jews. If anybody are Jewish, it's the false Khazars, Israelis that's living in Palestine, Israel. These white people that's claiming to be us, they are Jewish, okay? But we are the real Jews, so I don't like to use Jewish. Blacks, so-called Negroes, some may say are African Americans, you are the real Jews. And we use these shofars for religious purposes. And that's why a shofar is very significant in the Bible, because it's used for religious purposes. And it's a ram's horn, okay? So when we speak of the memorial blowing trumpets, I don't want you brothers and sisters to get, entangled with thinking a trumpet that they play in the band. No, it's talking about a shofar, such as this right here. So, concerning the memorial blowing trumpets. All right. That's Leviticus 23 and 24. We'll go back to that. All right. Leviticus 23 and 24. King James. Speaking to the children of Israel, saying the 7th month, the first day of the month shall be a Sabbath of memorial blowing trumpets. Like I said, it's about the significance of trumpets used in the Bible, because trumpets was an important tool to announce the coming of kings. It announces the structure, the trumpet, the memorial of blowing trumpets, part 3. We were talking about how the trumpet is significant. It announces destruction. It tells you when the time to go to war. It tells you when the time to retreat. Like I said, announce the comings of kings. Now, however, I'm not going to spend all day on this, but just give you a short take on passages in the Bible that elaborates on the memorial blowing trumpet, dealing with Leviticus, King James Bible, dealing with Leviticus 23 and 24. All right. Let's look at some passages concerning that. Just hold your horses, brothers and sisters. I'm not going to spend all night on this lesson, but I will give you some passages concerning the memorial blowing trumpets to show you in the Bible how important the trumpets are. Matthew 24 and 23. Let's see. All right. Let's look at Matthew 24 and 23. Go down. St. Matthew 24th chapter. (24:23) King James Bible. And it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, it's talking about Jesus Christ, who we know as Yahushua, his disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of your coming and the end of the world? Matthew 24, and let's take a look at verse 4. King James Bible. And Yahushua, who the world knows as Jesus Christ, answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, because a lot of that is going on today. Matthew 24 and 5, King James Bible. For many shall come in my name, saying, I'm the Christ, and shall deceive many. Matthew 24:6. King James Bible. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So he was telling them the end is not quite yet. It's what Jesus Christ, who we know as Yahushua, was telling his disciples. Matthew 24:7, King James Bible. For a nation shall rise against nations, and the kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be families and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. There will be earthquakes in strange places. And we see that today. That's how we know the end is near. Matthew 24:28, KJV Bible. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. Matthew 24:29. Let's continue on. Concerning the memorial of blowing trumpets, King James Holy Bible. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay, let's skip on down to 29th verse for the sake of time. And we want to get into that trumpet. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the trumpets. Concerning the memorial of blowing trumpets, Matthew 24:29, KJV Bible. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So it is prior to the end time, Matthew 24:29. Peep this. This is Matthew 24:30. Brothers and sisters, KJV Bible. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man. Who is the Son of Man? Jesus Christ, who we know as Yahushua. That's when he's going to make his second return on the earth. Then shall appear the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. There's going to be a lot of weeping during that time. There's going to be a lot of people getting put to death. It's going to be sad times, man, for the unrighteous ones. So all the tribes of the earth shall mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds, which are chariots that they call UFOs today. They're going to see him coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Matthew 24:31, KJV Bible. It says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. That's what we was looking for, Matthew 24:31. See, so you can see that the trumpet was very significant in the Bible, because it announces the coming of kings. It announces destruction as well. So prior to the second coming of Yahushua, he's going to send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, north, south, east, and west. His Israelites that's been scattered all over the globe. Pursuing James 1:1 when it says, to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. We were scattered out through captivity for the disobedience of the breaking of the Most High commandments. So the ones that's righteous, his elect, he's going to gather you brothers and sisters up from all directions of the earth, from one end of the heaven to the other. But before this, a great sound of a trumpet going to take place. This is very significant, because the memorial blowing the trumpets. Without trumpets, there was no war. Without trumpets, there was no coming of no king. Without trumpets, there was really nothing taking place in the Bible, because I'm just showing you how significant the trumpet can be and what trumpets are used for. And as you can see, prior to the second coming of Yahushua, angels would sound the trumpet. I'll show you another verse in the Bible dealing with the announcement of the trumpets being sound. You can look at Joshua chapter 6. Now I'm not going to go into this like I told you for the sake of time, because this is a long lesson. But it's just to point out the memorial of blowing trumpets. For you brothers and sisters that should have carried this out Thursday, which have passed, which was September 1st. Joshua chapter 6 is talking about how Israel went into Jericho, took the land over. Israel's first war that they fought against the Canaanites, the Africans, that they went into Jericho basically after they marched around the city 7 times. They went to Jericho, they blow these trumpets, and these walls fell down. Where can that be found? They can be found in Joshua chapter 6. That's Joshua chapter 6. dealing with the walls of Jericho. Now, we're not going to read this whole chapter. We're going to pick out the chapter, the verses that's elaborating on the trumpets. That's Joshua 6:1, KJV Bible. Now, Jericho was straightly shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out, none came in. We'll go down to, let's see, verse 8 for the sake of time. This is verse 8, Joshua 6 and verse 8. We're toggling through these verses right now. Joshua 6 and 8, KJV Bible. And it came to pass when Joshua had spoken unto the people that the 7 priests bearing seven trumpets. So it was 7 Levites, okay, 7 Levitical priests bearing 7 trumpets of ram's horns. That's the shofar. Keep that in mind, those ram's horns. That's the shofar. Joshua 6 and 8, and passed on before the Lord and blew with the trumpets, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord followed them. Now, another thing you can look at concerning 7, because the 7 priests and 7 trumpets, that's in Revelation as well. Revelation chapter 8 also speaks of 7 angels with 7 trumpets. Same old thing, man. So I'm just pointing this out. The trumpets does not create destruction, it announces destruction. And that's why the children of Israel, when they marched around Jericho, man, when they blew those trumpets, those walls fell down, because they was announcing destruction, because those Canaanites got the edge of the sword. They went in there, invaded, and killed all those Canaanites up. They spared Rahab and her family, but all the other Canaanites, they got the edge of the sword, man. So Revelation chapter 8 speaks of 7 angels with 7 trumpets, just like Joshua chapter 6 speaks of 7. Joshua 6 and 8 speaks of 7 priests right here bearing 7 trumpets. You know what I mean? The trumpets is very, very significant. The announcement of trumpets. That's what the memorial blowing the trumpets is all about. The significance, okay? That's what the memorial blowing trumpets is all about. This is take 4 on the memorial blowing trumpets. That's what the trumpets is all about. The significance, how it was used in the Bible. The memorial of blowing trumpets. What is a memorial? A memorial is something that you do annually, consistently. A memorial is something in remembrance. So we keep this to show you how significant the trumpets are in the Bible. That's all this is about. Nothing more. All right? I'm just pointing some stuff out. So you might want to look at Joshua 6 and read that about the walls of Jericho coming down. But we'll skip down to verse 13 concerning Joshua. Skip down to verse 13. So let's go to verse 13. We read Joshua 6 and 8. Now we're going to go to verse 13. Joshua 6 and 13. KJV Bible once again. All right. Joshua 6 and 13. We're trying to get that right now, brothers and sisters. We don't know what's going on. Okay, we're going to have to toggle to it. But we will get to it. KJV Bible. The 7 priests bearing 7 trumpets of ram horns before the ark of the Lord went on continually and blew with the trumpets, and the armed man went before them. But the reward came after the ark of the Lord, the priests going on and blowing with the trumpets. And then you just continue to read on Joshua 6 and 14, KJV Bible. It says, in the second day they compared the city once and returned into the camp. So they did it 6 days. And then they did it on and on. And we're going to get straight to the point. Verse 20. You can read the whole chapter 6 of Joshua on your free time. But for the sake of my time, we're skipping through it concerning the memorial blowing trumpets. We're trying to get straight to the point. King James Bible. Joshua 6 and 20. So the people shouted with the priests. The people shouted with the priests, blew with the trumpets. And it came to pass when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, and the people shouted with great shout, that the wall fell flat down. So that the people went up into the city, every man straight before him, and they took the city up, because Israel went in and they slaughtered those Canaanites and took the city. So The trumpet is very significant in the Bible. And it's just more, it's more than that, man. You can look at Exodus, the 19th chapter. It's talking about the Most High when he about to introduce himself to all of Israel on Mount Sinai and what's going to happen. You can look at Exodus 19, beginning with verse 10. All right, you can just read on down to verse 19. It's Exodus chapter 19, beginning with verse 10, reading down to verse 19. It talks about the Lord making his appearance. Okay, and it's going to tell you before he even made that appearance, it's going to show you how significant the trumpets are. You can also look at Exodus 20 and 18. You can also look at Numbers 31, beginning with verse 1, stopping on verse 6. Just write these verses down. And I'm telling you concerning the memorial blowing trumpets. The trumpets are very significant in the Bible, and that's why in Leviticus 23rd chapter, beginning with the I think 24th verse, it speaks of the memorial blowing trumpets. Leviticus 23 and 24 speaks of the memorial blowing trumpets, how the Most High wanted us to keep that as a memorial to show you how significant the trumpets are. So brothers and sisters, I hope you was edified concerning this. And like I say, be on the lookout for the Day of Atonement, which is coming Saturday. That's September 10th, Saturday. Afflict your souls. No liquid intake, no food intake for a whole entire day. That's from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Stay strong, brothers and sisters. Keep the faith. Day of Atonement, upcoming Saturday, September 10th. Once again, Shalom.